Hello and welcome everyone to our second live event about our Erasmus Plus project called the 21st Century Soft Skills for Teachers in VET. Last time when we talked about our project in March, we invited all of you to fill our questionnaire based on the most demanded skills in nowadays education. And first of all, we would like to thank all of you who helped us by filling this form. Today we are here to share with you the results, the outcomes after this 2 months research and analyzing the research. So first of all, I would like to present the participants, the collaborators of this project, the school from Riga and the school from Amsterdam, and of course we from Tenerife. So I would like to invite Arthur to talk first a little bit about your school.
Okay, so we are one of the biggest vocational educational schools in Latvia that is providing several programs in different fields. So we are state LTD Riga Technical School of Tourism and Creative Industries. As you see, we have various fields of creativity in different sectors as catering, hospitality, fashion style, and beauty care. You see, we have as well tourism and commerce field, these programs where our students is studying different innovation in these fields, as well as food production and interior design. We have approximately 35 different studying programs in these 6 fields. Orsi, please, next slide. And if we talk about our international cooperation, we are one of the activists in this field. We have a lot of partners across the Europe and as well in this small map on the moment what you see on our smartphone on the slide. We can as well mark up now our one of the newest partners in Ukraine as well. So soon we will plan some activities there as well as the Erasmus Plus is open there from now on. And we are cooperating very actively in international organizations, such as EHT, that is Association of European Hotel and Tourism Schools, and as well the one organization, consortium, that we are all in, all 3 partners from Tenerife, from Amsterdam, and from Riga, that is CHASE, Organization Consortium of Hotel and Accommodation Schools in Europe. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the brief presentation. Now I would like to invite our partner from Amsterdam. Astrid, can you please tell a few words about your school?
Sure, thank you, Orsi. And well, good to be here and actually represent our ROC from Amsterdam and Flevoland Educational Institute. It's an institution that is one of the largest in VET education, and I am particularly representing the MBO College Airport, of course close to the Schiphol National Airport of the Netherlands, which is representing mostly aviation, logistics, tourism and hospitality-oriented professions. Like, for example, facility management, airline attendancy, travel and hospitality education, and of course also aircraft maintenance. As you can see, the ROC van Amsterdam and Flevoland has 9 different colleges and offers education for 31,000 students. With 300 different courses. We are very active, like Arthur also said, in the European network, and we organize student and teacher exchanges and different international programs, such as, of course, the at-home internationalization project eTwinning, to also enable students to have an international experience while COVID restrictions do not always allow them to go wherever they like.
Yes, thank you very much. Now I would like to continue a little bit with presenting our school. from Tenerife. Our name is FUI International Academy Tenerife. We are located on the Canary Islands, and we are actually a Spanish language school. But apart from teaching languages, we also focus on other fields of education. For example, we organize staff mobilities, we organize internship in different departments like hospitality, hair and beauty, sports, marketing. And it was a really interesting challenge for us to join this K2 project, this strategic partnership about the soft skills that the teachers need in nowadays education. As we are working with lots of teachers from all around Europe, we get really different ideas, opinions, and we thought that it would be really useful to go deeper in this project, to find out what are the most demanded skills, and to try to create the best materials for them. So this is how our project started with these partners. And first of all, I would like to invite Sane to shortly mention a little bit about the project, how did we start it, where we are right now.
Yeah, thank you. We were working together all in Chase organization, doing a lot of student and staff exchanges. And the visible tendency is that soft skills are coming into vocational education. There are demands for the students, not only what is their knowledge, what they can do practically, but also about the personality, about the skills. And for students, there are many options how to train the skills. There are different projects going on. But we see that teachers, they would need some support, some also interesting trainings to develop the skills and to be more confident when working with the soft skills with their students. And so this is how we came up to the project idea, to have a training for teachers on 21st century soft skills. And at first we needed the research to find out which are the top skills, because the list of the skills is very long, which we took also as a basis the OECD list, but it was like too long. And we made a research to define our top 5, and then did this to have training materials for the teachers, and later on interesting trainings, only focusing on 5 skills.
Thank you very much for the introduction. And again, as I highlighted, we already started this the survey back in March. So now we already have the results. This is what we would like to show to you, to share with you. And first of all, we would like to start with the most interesting fact that we figured out during this study. Astrid, can you please tell us about these facts?
Yeah, sure. Well, like Basana already mentioned, there were like many results from the questionnaires. So let me just briefly highlight the most distinct facts from that research. We got results from all stakeholders, such as students, teachers in VET, and of course also employers. And those were very valuable to us to decide which skills are to prioritize when we are composing a training for VET teachers. So the most essential skills that we should address according to the different target groups are, well, the students, they actually value tolerance the most, as you can see here. Thank you, Orsi. And that is followed by intercultural competence and diversity. And that is actually a combination of all students from all different countries, to be exact. Then teachers, they value collaboration the most, which is included in the top 5 of all different target groups. So somewhere in the top 5 of students and employers, collaboration is also valued very highly. And then next, they also value problem solving, which is also very, regarded as very important by the teachers. The employers, however, they say, well, communication skills are very important, of course, as they are, but you always have to prioritize, and this is one of the main ones. And also taking initiative is valued very highly in the professional business. So that is something to take into consideration, of course. And when we move on to the next slide, we can also see the different inputs from per country. Maybe you can also show the Latvian ones by clicking first. As you can see, like a shared valued competence or skill is collaboration. You can view in the average European input, the overall input, collaboration is the #1 skill, as is in Latvia and Spain. The Netherlands has it as a very, like a strong follow-up as the number 2 skill. What we also see is that the common skill is, for example, tolerance. Tolerance is very valued very highly, as is when we look at Spain, added by self-reflection. So from these different inputs from different countries, we have composed a top 5, which I'm of course not going to reveal yet, because Zane is going to explain a little bit how we categorized, clustered, and composed the top 5 based on the results.
Exactly. Thank you very much. We will move on then to kind of the summing up the result, what came out and what we decided to work on. So Zane, can you please explain these crazy calculations here? What did we do here? How we ended up with the top 5 skills?
As already mentioned today, and some of you who participate in the surveys know, that we created a short list of the soft skills. It was still pretty long. And we asked you to evaluate the skills with the stars from 1 to 10, that giving a value to the skill. And then we had clusters of the skills. It's a group of the skills. We made, for example, creativity, and a lot of different skills were under this one. And so we asked just to rank like 1 to 4, first and fourth place. How do you see the clusters? And the interesting result came that actually most of the skills in the top 5 were from the cluster, which wasn't in the top 5. And it means that you respondents, you took these skills more generic, not really related to the intercultural and diversity issues. And so what we did next, we calculated cluster points. We divided the points which the cluster gained. We divided by the number of respondents, and we get cluster points. And we use the cluster points as coefficients to have a final value of the skills. So we just took the value of the skill, plus we added the multiplication of the skill to the cluster. And this is how we calculated and got out the real top 5 of the skills.
Which we will also share with you now.
Yes, so please, here we present our top 5 of the skills, on the top of which is initiative, followed by creative thinking, innovation, collaboration, and self-reflection.
Yes, here are the outcomes based on all the stakeholders, as we highlighted. We didn't want to focus only on one target group. We wanted to involve everybody, and on all the skills, lots of different countries and lots of participants. These are the top 5 skills that we will continue working together. So I would like to ask you, Arthur, to tell us a little bit about the next steps. What's coming up now? What we do with these skills?
Okay, so what to expect next? Let's talk about those things. What you, as other wet schools that is not involved in this project, can use. What will be the great outcomes of this project for you? So, as my colleagues mentioned, now the top 5 skills is there for you, and on the moment, each of the teams from Spain, from the Netherlands, from Latvia, we are working to translate our great report in national languages. So any teacher involved in wet education can use this report and see how you had responded, how we get to this top 5, and maybe as well use this report for future investigations of 21st century skills. Okay, and what we are going to do next in the project, there is 3 good steps. The end step is very great for all of us, so we have to get there. At the first, we will start with the soft skill guidelines for teachers in the wet by using these top 5 skills. So there will be special guidelines for you how to use these skills, how you can train them, how you can, use outsourced materials to get to these skills and use them in your classes. Or as well, maybe in daily life, who knows? So all the skills is great. And afterwards, we are planning to create a great training materials for you teachers, special materials that will be for the wet teachers regarding each of top 5 skills. Training materials that you can use in your class. You can use to teach other teachers to have these 21st century top 5 skills and use them in your class with your students. So, and the last point that I mentioned is the best of all the project. At the end, you will have this possibility to use all our materials for free anytime you wish, and they will be available on our resource pages that will be presented during all our project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Exactly, these pages that Artur's already mentioned, I actually put them already, some of them in the chat, so you can find it in the chat, and I would like to share it also here. As always, you can learn about our project on the Erasmus Plus platform, right, by searching for the name of the project or just following this link. And we also uploaded the full report right now in English to this website that you can also find in the chat link. Of course, as we promised, it will be translated to all the national languages that are involved in this project, and really soon you will also get the translation of the report. Apart from this, as we highlighted from the really beginning, we will share always all the outcomes on our Facebook and LinkedIn channels. So please follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn, and we will make sure that you're not going to miss any of these updates. Of course, in the meantime, I would like to ask you if you have any questions, suggestions, feel free to write it right now in the chat or just send us a message on Facebook and LinkedIn. We are always really happy to hear your feedback, to hear your ideas. And we promise that we will keep working on this project and hopefully sharing really interesting outcomes with you in the future as well. So let's see if there are any questions in the meantime. I think not. If no, then we will say goodbye for today, but we will be back soon, probably after the summer, with another live session with more updates. Thank you very much for joining us today and hope to see you soon. Thank you, Astrid, Zanne, and Artur for joining us and joining me today. And of course, I see you every week as it's already used to. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.